Sewing in hair extensions for one of her clients as a noisy generator keeps the fan turning overhead. Nigerian hairdresser Bridget Okwedegun is not sure how much tax she pays, but that is something the government here plans to change. As the owner of a small salon in Lagos, she could soon find herself on the hit list of officials who've started cracking down on the small traders who account for nearly half of Africa's biggest economy but don't pay taxes.
I don't really know how much I make because any money I make, either I use it for school fees, use it to take care of one thing or the other. So I don't really know how much I make.
President Muhammadu Buhari wants to squeeze the sector in order to boost tax revenues by at least 33% this year in order to offset a slump in oil revenues, which has plunged Africa's top crude producer into its worst financial and economic crisis in decades. Authorities in Lagos, a city of 21 million, are sending officers on street patrols to register entrepreneurs and make them pay taxes for the first time. But they face a big challenge. Most entrepreneurs spend what they earn to survive without keeping detailed accounts. Nigeria's National Bureau of Statistics say there were around 37 million informal sector enterprises in 2015, employing some 16 million people, roughly 84% of the country's workforce.
The bulk, 85% of employers of laborers are in these MSMEs, so they are the one great number. Now, and unfortunately, most of them are not captured in our database. In fact, if you want to go and register a corporate name, you know how long it takes. The processes are long, the cost is unreasonable. If you want to do permits, there are too many bottlenecks, 13 different processes you go through.
Lagos State generates about a third of Nigeria's GDP of about $500 billion, and it has set up a special court to try those who've been chased down by a new rapid tax prosecution unit. Large companies have started receiving phone calls from officials demanding tax returns. The Federal Inland Revenue Service has used full-page newspaper adverts to warn that companies which fail to file them will be punished after the 1st of April. For 2016, the government has set the Federal Inland Revenue Service a tough target of raising $25 billion in tax revenue.
The common agreement among all economics is that, look, explore the tax base. Not the amount you charge, but the base, so that at least you bring more people into the tax net so that you can generate more revenue for the nation.
Officials say formalizing the sector requires offering incentives to business people in order to enter the formal system and pay taxes, citing the hypothetical example of farmers being offered free fertilizer and other subsidies if they register business and pay taxes. NBS officers use GPS technology to map shops and other small firms street by street in order to help direct tax officers. But stricter rules may not be enough in order to increase tax revenues.
So the way we calculate it is that we conduct household-based surveys. So we go to houses, we select households strategically, we go to their houses, we get an idea of the businesses, the small businesses they run themselves, and we get an idea of the resources that they use in conducting those businesses. Now it is from that we get this information to estimate the size of the informal sector, which we include into our GDP projections.
Analysts say Nigeria must get a grip on its tax problems and the informal economy in order to avoid jeopardizing its credit rating. A dollar shortage has forced companies onto the black market to find hard currency in order to fund imports, and that has pushed transactions outside the banking system and well beyond the reach of tax authorities. Ramanyang, CCTV.